Hey guys, I am on vacation and this is RC Talk, Tech Talk. So we're just going to talk about Tech Talk. I am working on the Winnebago tonight. I just took this out of of the of the frame, four screws, and then it just came off. It was very easy, and you can see the big Cummins 3D printed motor here, and it's got the turbo at the back. I'm missing the other part that goes on the other side, but I got it somewhere in one of the thing. So basically, what I'm doing is I want to remove the rear end because this broke. So one of the shock that is attached to the leaf, you can see here, um, it actually broke off. So I'm going to have to reinforce it. I'm just going to transfer everything, take it off, get it ready, and put it in this new axle that I have. And basically, this is the part that actually broke off a bit, where the shock is actually attached to it. So that should be nice and fun. Just got to remember how I put it, so especially where the shock is on top hold, not the bottom, and so on. So while we're talking shop and all that, I'll be talking to you guys and working on this. I'll be changing camera so you guys can actually see, and I'll be popping once in a while on the someone. Yeah, I didn't get a haircut. I got them all cut, but I was at the baseball game this afternoon with my son. We lost, but I was wearing a hat pretty much all day because I was working also at home. I'm on vacation, housework. We changed a whole big step off my deck at the back. Me and my wife did that today. So, anyways, worked like a fool today and wore a hat and took off my hat and realized, and even Brad was telling me, you look kind of bad there, bad hair day. So,
I said you look haggard.
haggard.
Even you're haggard.
Haggard?
Yeah, it means pretty much like roughed up.
Roughed up. Yeah, I'm roughed up, that's for sure.
Your
And I
beard looks
was
like that too.
it was 8 o'clock and my wife sits down, starts to watch TV, and I go, if I sit down on that couch, I'll never get up. So I decided to come down here instead and start to stream up and so on. Hey, Roadside RC, how are you doing? Yes, I do have hat hair. Yes. So, and we have Scott with us. Hey, Scott.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
And we have Brad with us.
Hello, everybody.
And I'll put the link on the chat on the Hangout to make sure you guys can, if some of you guys want to come in.
So it's like a working vacation for you, unfortunately. Fixing
Yes.
things around that.
Yeah, working around some of the stuff, some of the house. RC Recreation saying hi, Scott, and hi, Brad.
Hey there.
Hello.
Sean's RC Adventure. What's up, all? Hey, how you doing, Sean? I just put the link there, and I did send you an email, so check your email. So all the normal suspect and more people that are usually here, check your email. I did send you Tuga RC, you are not a wrench. So like Steve OD says, let me give you a wrench like that. You can be like everybody else and be a tool.
I have a feeling you're going to do a lot of stuff around the house during your vacation because you're not one to vegetate. So
I try not to, but I'd love to. But Brando Fazant, I don't think I've met him before, but how you doing? Jonathan Rodriguez, how you doing? What was that?
He sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. How many you have in the stream?
How many in the stream? Live dashboard. 19.
19.
Our usual suspects aren't all not all in the stream yet.
No. They'll probably jump in here soon. Oh, 23 watching. I'm looking at the live one, 23 watching, 22, and when I look at my live dashboard, that one is actually delayed. That's cool how YouTube actually does that. One is not really live and the other one is. The refresh rate is completely different. So if you guys want to check this out, this is kind of cool, but let me change the camera real quick. Full HD. And we'll come down on the camera a little bit.
Is that you, Sean?
So who's got the iPhone again?
I think it's Sean.
Yep, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Sean. Hey, you know, without the hair, you sort of look like Scott without the hair.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in the face.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, with a little less beard and mustache, but you still, that's what I think Scott would look like if he was more clean shaving and had no hair like that.
I can go trim right now. We could do a comparison again.
That would be cool. That would be cool, Scott. He could be your long-lost Irish brother that you never knew about.
Yeah, Scott's more like Dave Kroll than anybody.
So you're on the road right now?
Yeah, I am. I'm still at work. Like, so. Long days, 16-hour days all week.
Oh, wow.
Busy, like, so. Has to be done every now and again, you know?
Yep. So these wheels from Boom Racing, they have these caps on the wheels to make it look more scale. So when you're at the front or the rear, they have these cap that actually goes on top of the wheel to actually hide. And these are the 1.55s. And you need a special tool to actually get your nut off. But that's not what I want to show you. This is the Winnebago. It's got a very long wheelbase. Let me find my ruler. So who wants to guess on how long the wheelbase is?
It's pretty long.
I say over 300 millimeters.
Let's see. You say 300 millimeters?
I said over 300 millimeters.
Yep. It is over. Love that transmission. Yeah, the transmission looks cool, and the motor, the 3D motor also. It's a 6-cylinder Cummins diesel engine that's on there, so that's kind of cool.
You don't need to get that fan to move.
So what do you have to do to fix that shock bracket?
There's two things I can do. Try to glue it,
Okay.
or put a whole new axle. So this is from Shapeway. It's a 3D printed, and they're pretty tough. It's the white one. It's the, what do they call it again? I can't remember the name. But it is soft, but still very hard. They last pretty long on the trails. The reason this one broke is just because I put 3S and I was actually jumping. And the Winnebago is just like everybody knows, it's a big beast. It's heavy, so it just broke the mount for it.
Going with his drive home.
So what street and what city are we looking at?
I'm just at Columbia University. You know? That's about the only time I went to university. You know?
Okay.
Well, I thought Columbia was also in Pittsburgh.
No, I'm in Harlem right now.
So what are you doing? Security or what?
No, the guys are doing demolition, so I'm just chilling out in my car unless they need.
So 350 millimeters, 14-inch particle man. RC Recreation 350. That's pretty close. Brad was right at over 300, but RC Recreation is pretty close. Particle Man, you're over. at 14 inches. Because somebody actually asked me that question earlier this week on my YouTube video. So I have 13 inches, 330 millimeters.
I was going to say,
You know
but
the funny thing about that, like I grew up in Europe and used millimeters and everything until 20 years ago when I came to America. No, I have no idea unless it's in inches.
Yeah, and that's why I said in both.
Yeah.
But what's funny is this dry shaft in the center, I had to get an extra long one because from the transmission to the front, it's normal length. But from the transfer case all the way to the back, it had to be an extra long. So this dry shaft, I believe it's a boom racing dry shaft, 145 millimeter to 156 millimeter. So it's a nice long one.
so it's basically half the length of your chassis.
Yeah.
How's the boat coming along? The boat car?
Boat car's done.
Oh, you've completed it? Yeah.
I put a video up on YouTube. It's actually on my. Not a lot of people saw it. Only 4 people went and saw it. That's the reason I basically put it there in the community tab. I wanted to test out how the community tab actually published and pushed out some stuff. So on my, let me share the screen real quick. Man, computer is slow today. So on the Thetankrc, if you go to community tab, there is a video there. I did the first test for the boat car, and I'm happy how it turned out. This thing is fun, the Thetankrc. So,
did you make it 4-wheel drive?
You guys want to go see it full screen? It is 4-wheel drive, yes. It's a 4-wheel drive boat.
You're known for making some odd things.
Sure. So Grammy is talking right now, so we'll change to other thing. Here's a live dashboard. This is what I was saying. Like it says 19 watching, but if I go to the live video, it actually says 17 now. So I was at 22, but now it's 17.
No. I didn't know you could have stuff on the community board too. Like,
yeah.
Cool to know.
Skip the ad.
I must go check it out.
So if you guys want to go see it, there's I say here's my wash me boat, and then I just take off with it. So I even tried it on the grass. It worked pretty good. It was kind of cool around the grass because it actually hides the wheels. And then I started doing donuts with it.
It's coming off.
Yeah, the top came off because I just put 2 small pieces of Velcro. I got to put more Velcro. But it goes fast. See, I went full speed there, straight ahead. And then I came back. I just did some quick little snippets of it.
What
video was only a minute long, so.
Is it a homemade chassis?
No, it's a not a Ruckus. It's the Electric RC.
What, like 16th scale?
Yeah, it is a 1/18 scale actually.
A 1/18 scale, and the boat's 1/10, isn't it?
That is correct. They're both. Well, I think it's a 1/10. I'm not sure. I know it's a big long boat.
Couple of Miami Vice figures in there now. Will look cool.
Yeah. Now I got my tape measure. I can actually measure it. See how long it actually is. There's a boat.
Tobago.
There's a wheel. Oh, I got rocks in there. Yeah, I got rocks.
It's a maraca.
It's just a rocking. So there. I wish it was a chassis that was longer. I could have maybe extended this chassis, but that means I would have had to change the dry shaft in the center and make it a longer dry shaft. This wheel, I would have loved it if it was farther back, and this one just a little bit more forward. But hey, this is just a test. I wanted to have fun with it and see if I could get it going. Turned out pretty good. So my next step is going to be to take the electronics back out because this is the stock electronics that came with it. which everything is included. I want to try to waterproof it because I want to fill this thing with foam. So because I do want it to float, because I do want to go in the ground and come back out, and then I got to try to put a prop at the back to make it go forward or to turn. So that should be cool.
Are you going to put like a little? Are you going to put like a bilge pump in it or anything? A little small one? Or?
I don't know. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I want to bring it to the next G6 next year. So because they always have float your boat, and people come with nice creations. So I just want to come up with that one and drive it on the beach and just drive it right into the river and just have fun with it.
It's longer than your Winnebago.
Oh yes, it's longer. It's let's see how long it is.
It's got a 40-foot cigarette boat.
It's actually a 29-inch boat. So probably with the motor, which I still have, was like a 32-inch boat. But what I'd like to do also, another thing is cut this out right here and actually put seats, and so I can put two guys, because the dash is kind of cool. It's got some cool, and I'm thinking of just cleaning it because right now it's got the washing sticker. But the paint job's okay. Like it's got the two-tone. Thinking of just leaving it that color and just having fun with it.
You need two guys from that TV show. You need
Miami Vice.
Vice. You need two figures that are based that look just like them.
Yeah.
And then have it playing music out of the boat that's of the Miami Vice theme.
My God, I got so many rocks now on my desk. It's terrible.
I can see you having that theme song running on the boat speaker or something.
Yeah, but if I do that, I can't publish it on YouTube because that's a.
I know. I know. It's too bad. But that'd be cool.
I should send two links. Play this link and watch my video.
Scott, you just turned into like a steam train.
Try not to smoke cigarettes.
See you later, Recreation.
I just can't believe how much you guys look alike. It's uncanny.
Hook up a trailer and pull a truck with it. Yeah, that's true. I should put a trailer at the back and pull a truck with the boat. Yeah, a trailer hitch behind the back of the boat and pull the truck. Yeah, that's it. That'd be different. I got my camera in my forehead. You know, it's hard to talk to you guys and do work and look at the chat, and I haven't figured that one yet.
Yeah,
that's why.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what sucks about only having my phone and not the computer. I can't see any of the chat, you know.
Yeah.
I just discovered, because this is my first time using the computer for this, that I need a screen.
A bigger screen?
I need a split screen. I need two screens.
Yeah. Well, yes, you do need, because that's what I got too. I got it running on my laptop in front of me, and that's where I have you guys. And on my second screen, that's where I usually have anything that I want to pop up. So works out pretty good.
Maybe you should have your son come down there and read the chat remarks while you're doing that, and that he could be like a co-host.
I bet he would like that, but the problem is he usually goes at bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Wow, how did you train him to do that?
Ever since he's been a young little guy, that's his time for bed. And he's 9 years old now, 10, and he's now starting to ask, well, why can't I stay up a little later? But
yeah, if I get my two to bed before midnight, I'm celebrating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
With a Guinness, right?
Yes,
Guinness is the worst. Guinness is the worst drink ever invented.
I know. It doesn't look appetizing. Looks like black sludge.
Tugga RC, yes, I do have a trailer for the Winnebago. It's big enough to actually put a TF2 in it. So,
Pathfinder?
hey,
Pathfinder 2?
the Trailfinder 2. Trailfinder
Sorry.
TF2. Full HD. I'm not even in the center yet. Let me fix the camera here. Put that in the center. Make sure I'm focused. I hate this camera that does not have autofocus. There we go. If I make the that's an old chat. So what's going on with these challenges there? Jack made a video with a hobby challenge or 3 hobbies. What is that challenge about?
If you get tagged, you just meant to say 3 hobbies that you like. Just it's a way of people getting to know a bit more about you.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people getting tagged.
So you have to mention 3 hobbies that you like.
I saw Jack playing his guitar. He's very good.
Yeah, Jack was playing his guitar, yeah.
He's very good at it. He could do it professionally.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, he looked like he's going to town on that, especially on the
No, I know he's good. I was just toying you. I know Jack's in the chat. That's why.
Jack, you look like you can play professionally.
I think Jack would need a roadie.
Was that a different? Is that a different camera angle you have tonight, Scott?
That is a different camera angle. That's the camera from the top. I have 4 cameras set up on my computer.
Even Scottzilla, you're on a different camera angle too, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually sit with my phone over here facing that way, but I got a new laptop and I wanted to see how the camera was on it, so I haven't disconnected the old laptop yet.
I was wondering because you normally don't see that monster sign behind you.
I'm just turned around. This is still my little table. It's always behind me. It's just in front of me now. I can turn around if you prefer that. Is that better?
Everybody likes that.
Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
That's
T-Mobile.
Oh no, my truck is broken. My Winnebago is all apart.
Hey. What's going on?
So who was buzzing?
It was Scott. Someone called him.
Scott, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. When you're talking to me and everybody else here, you should only be talking to us.
He just muted himself.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
But he probably can still hear us. We can still make fun of him.
Yeah, he can hear us, I'm sure. But
He muted himself.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what Sean just said.
what are they?
So
1.55 tank or what size are they?
These are 1.55s, yeah.
Is that a Trailfinder chassis?
No, this is a C-Max chassis from GCM Racing. It's a custom C-Max chassis, the long one. So
basically is an uncanvassed chassis you can do anything with.
that is correct. Place your motor where you need to, and it's ultra low. Like you can say it's an ultra low. It's made to actually put your interior and have lots of room for interior stuff.
How much does a chassis like that cost?
About $300.
200?
3.
3 just for the chassis.
Yeah, 2 or 3. I can't remember.
That's a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, I see GMC was at the Belgium G6 there this week. I see a couple of videos.
Yeah, they were there. They were actually showing off this C-Max chassis. The platform actually is a G6 approved chassis now.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Because they ran 24 hours without any breakage with their truck, so it got all approved.
You could put an X belly pan reinforcement if it was for that, because the Winnebago was heavy. You probably could do that. X brace it for more rigidity.
There's a whole bunch of different stuff you can do with this thing. I think the way I mounted.
Almost finished with that body of the body you've been working on.
What's that?
You almost finished with the body you're working on.
Yeah, almost. But this week I haven't had a chance to do anything. Working 16-hour days. So crazy. That's the worst about when they're doing demolition. You have to be there. Just make sure they don't do something stupid.
Yeah, but it still leaves you 8 hours to do the rest of the stuff that you need to do.
Yeah, they're demoing all day and all night. That's the problem.
You must be on a lot of caffeine right now.
Nah, a lot of Red Bull, yeah. Red Bull and soda. A bit.
Don't give yourself a heart attack off the Red Bull, man.
That's good for you. Put a bit of Hennessy, a bit of tequila in along with it, and you're good to go.
I drank back 2 cans back to back. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Good for you. You have to die sometime, so why not enjoy it?
Yeah, that's true.
You live by that saying, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we may die.
Yeah, that's it. Every day you wake up's a good day. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're vertical, it's all good.
Yep, that's it.
So I don't lose my screws, I'm just going to screw it back into my drag shaft.
You must be checking the work site.
Okay, I don't need this frame anymore. Anybody want a frame?
Yeah, how much do you want for it? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, just like I was talking earlier, I must have at least $1,000 in this Winnebago, if not more.
So you're gonna put a Trail Fighter 2 chassis on it, right?
I could do a lot of things, but it's not a Trailfinder 2 chassis. I don't think a Trailfinder 2 chassis would fit on this.
So you have another new chassis for it?
No. Why would I need a new chassis for it? This chassis works perfectly.
Anybody want a chassis?
Trail Critter, me. I'm sure I'd have some a lot of people asking for it.
Hey, well,
yeah, Sean must be on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, I heard beeping also.
Yeah, at least we'll see if anything happens to him. We'll have to call the police if something does.
Yeah, we need his location to call 911 if ever anything happens to him.
There'd be a lot of witnesses. There would be a lot of witnesses.
Yeah.
I just had to jump up on the campus.
Oh, yeah?
Something bizarre going on there?
No, just the demo guys figured out where I was sitting in my car, so just get out of their sight again so they don't torture me.
Hey, there's sand falling off my truck.
They're probably sanding that pumpkin.
Oh, there's sand everywhere.
That's what happens. Sand gets everywhere.
Brad was saying that he uses a toothbrush to clean some of the RC car. I use a paintbrush. So this is basically I got different length of paintbrush, different width and so on. So lots of time just to clean it real quick. You just go like this with your RCs. It gets in all the cracks and nooks and cranny, and it cleans it up pretty good.
I said when it comes to the tougher stuff, you should probably use a toothbrush because the bristles are stiffer.
Yep. But these one are actually not synthetic, so they're kind of a cool
Horsehair.
brush.
They're probably horsehair or some
Looks
type
like
of
it.
animal hair.
You like them leaf springs, Frank? Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay. I know there's different types and different versions of them. This was the one that actually has dual, two of them. And I believe they are.
Yep, people.
Now they're squished a little bit. I can't remember how long they were. Guess on the chassis.
You have you bolts to hold it together to the diff, because that's how they do it.
11,
You put U-bolt to hold the leaf spring to the diff.
11.5 or 4.5 inches. That's what these are. So I just measured from where my two anchor points for the leaves were, and it's 4.5 inches.
That's a pretty decent sized leaf spring.
Yep. But like I said, because of the weight of the Winnebago, maybe I should have put more leaves on it because it did bend a little bit. But I was using this for off-roading, and I should not be using it for off-roading.
Even if you jumped it on road, it was still broken.
True. Well, it actually acted like a real one-to-one, because if you actually took a real one-to-one Winnebago and jumped it the way I was using it or drove it the way I was using it, you would have broke something.
Yeah. They don't even do more. They do like 90 miles an hour in real life, don't they? At top speed.
Hmm. Now these.
You need to stay away from my 3S.
This tool to take off the wheel, I don't like, because it's so awkward to
It looks like a drive cup to me.
You almost need a little pry bar like I'm doing to actually make it turn, because there's no grip on it.
It looks like a drive cup.
It kind of is, but it's not. It's very thin, very narrow here, and it permits you to actually go into the hole and grab the nut. Because the hole is so small, they want to make it everything scale, so don't have a choice.
So who makes it?
This is Boom Racing.
Oh, Boom Racing.
Very scale looking tire.
It looks like an RC 4WD special.
Yeah,
Boom Racing expensive.
They were 35 for the pair, I think, or something like that, Canadian, which is probably 25 for you guys.
I mean, just their chassis alone are a lot of money.
For which one? Boom Racing?
Boom Racing.
Yeah.
Any of their cars are expensive.
Yeah, but you do pay for quality. But they back up their quality of the truck, which is good.
Yeah, they came out with their own sort of version of the Trailfinder.
Yeah, the BRX one. It's a nice one.
Yeah, that's a $600-700 kit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. But when you think about it, I spent that much on my Winnebago. Easy.
I saw RC Sparks make one, and the body's just as complex as the one that Sean's working on.
Yeah, there's a lot of work in those bodies because they're so detailed. I got sand everywhere.
But people don't realize, even the TRX4, by the time you're done with the TRX4, you're paying $700-800 anyway.
True. By the time you upgrade some stuff, upgrade the servo and whatnot, you do end up paying for it. Yeah.
But the most expensive company I've seen is the Compos. The Compos are the most expensive.
Capo, yeah.
Capo.
Yeah, he's lucky. He has a business relationship with an RC Sparks. He gets that stuff for free.
Some stuff he gets for free, not all of it. Don't say that he gets all this stuff free because it's not true. He does pay for some stuff.
Well, I just know some of the kits they want him to review. He gets those for nothing, and he got the air suspension system for nothing.
Well, some of the Kappa stuff, because he's a Team Kappa driver, so that's why he gets some of their stuff.
Yeah.
They also have aluminum bodies.
Can actually see the white here. That's where the other piece was. Nylon. That's what this dry shaft is made of. It's a nylon dry shaft. It's a nylon print.
Nylon's the strongest plastic they can do 3D printing with that you can get for your house, right? The nylon.
I think so.
What are you playing with, Scott?
What?
Is that Scott? What are you playing with?
Oh, it's just a twisty tie that came from the camera. It was there. I just can't stop playing with it.
It's from a bread. It's from a bread bag. It goes to you. It goes to you liking smoking a cigarette. You got to do something with your hands.
Yeah, that's probably how it's related. That's what I learned in my psychology classes in high school or college.
So you're playing with a fidget spinner or fidget thing. I'm cleaning my desk with a broom, paintbrush, getting all that dust out.
Then you have to take the shot vac to it on the floor.
No, I'm dumping it in a garbage can.
Oh.
I wonder if I could re-glue this piece with Gorilla Glue and put Gorilla Glue all the way around the edges. Because this is...
Which one, the clear?
This is the piece that actually broke.
You did
So
tell me
if you want to borrow it.
But the biggest problem is this is where one of the screw actually goes into it for the leaf. That actually, because there's two holes in the leaf. So this is one of them that goes on this side. So this is why this part is so weak. It's because there used to be a screw in it, and it's just these two little things that are sticking out.
Have you ever tried the epoxy tank, the Gorilla epoxy?
No.
It might actually be really good for it.
I could see you using something metal to go inside to help the screw to keep it stronger.
Well, Chris told me to actually put something beside it, like a styrene or something beside it, to actually help the strength of it. Because this is where it actually goes. Actually, I should finish taking it off.
You could ask the guy from Ampro. He works for Shipways.
That's okay.
Yeah, I would definitely look into that epoxy tank, because that stuff hardens so, like, you need a grinder nearly to smooth it out.
Oh yeah.
Well, how much was the Shapeways replacement part?
For me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, well, that's even the better price.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bargain at half the price.
It's because the part broke and I told Chris, hey, listen, this part broke. I need a new one. Let me know how much it is. Next thing I knew, it was at my doorstep. So I have not had a bill for it yet. So right now I have paid nothing for it, but I think it's maybe $40, $40 or $50.
Wow.
Is Chris work for Shapeways?
No.
I forgot the name of the guy who does the Ampro because he says he works for Shapeways.
But you can see where the hole is. So there's the hole. And this is exactly where it broke, where that hole is, because there's a weak point. But like Chris was saying, if I fill the edge or the side with glue and just build it up, it should hold up, or even take a piece of styrene and cut it the same way. It's almost like putting a steel plate beside it and welding a steel plate on it. Maybe that's going to work also, but I'm just afraid that styrene won't be big enough.
What about plastic weld?
I
Yeah.
feel like Chris's warranty is better than T-Bone Racing.
Yeah. So the warranty was pretty good on this. Like I just called them up and say, hey, I broke a leaf spring at the G6. So then he sent me a part.
Where'd you go for that G6?
Near Toronto.
Oh, they do a lot of them out west.
Yep. There's a RC four-wheel drive event near your place.
Where I live?
It's going to be happening soon. Next week, actually.
In Ohio.
Yep. Well, it's drivable.
Yeah. Well, if you come, I want to know that you're coming so we can meet each other.
I'm probably going to go to that RC four-wheel drive next year. I won't do it this year, but next year I'll probably end up going there.
What particular part of Ohio were they in?
I can't remember.
You know, I'd like to meet that guy wherever he is, the guy who runs the G6. And I'd like to take him to the Metro Parks with you, and you guys can say this would be a great place to do G6. There's water everywhere in every part of it.
You keep talking about that Metro Park as if it's a diamond in the rough. Like it's awesome.
It's a beautiful place. There's 60 miles of park. How could you say that there isn't anything you could find that you like there? I mean,
yeah, it might be 60 miles apart, but you mightn't be allowed to use all 60 miles apart.
We have cliffs, we have cliff sides, we have waterfalls, we have water in every bit of every part of it has water in it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, Jack, it is shop talk, and yes, you are watching me work on the car, but it just ends up that I'm the only one working on the car. Usually some people do work on a car. It happened last week. Sean was working on a car. So
I'll take you to my construction site right now and show you people working.
Yep, true.
So I'm there's lots of waterfalls, lots of places to cliff sides, and lots of woods, bridle paths, swampland. That's all in the metro parks.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You can't tell me that you don't think that you're going to find something pretty in there.
Hmm.
But you never know. I've got tons of like forests and stuff around me, but none of them are any good for growing. Like none of them.
We have nice roads that go through there too. They're curvy. They even go up and down and around like in hairpins. There's one that has a hairpin, nice hairpin turn going up and down.
Oh yeah.
Oh. There's snapping turtles there, so you got to watch out for that.
People ever died from a snapping turtle before?
Birthday salad. Whose birthday is it?
I guess it depends on where they're bit.
Oh, RC Voodoo. Hey, happy birthday, RC Voodoo.
Happy birthday, RC Voodoo.
So we're going to do the traditional RC Talk happy birthday song?
We're gonna sing happy birthday for him, all 4 of us. I don't know about that. I remember I got compliments when I was in the metro parks with my car. People liked the area. I remember the first one I did with my Vantage at Voltage. They liked where I was at.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yes. There's even sledding, and they have sled hills on some of them. And they also have this like toboggan slide in the, I think in the Strongsville Reservation. They have a place called the Chalet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's bring the talk back to RC and not a park, if you could. Hey, I guess I didn't put a lot of grease in this thing, but there is still grease in this thing. No water got in, which is kind of cool.
What about sand?
No, no sand. It's nice and clean. Nothing's in it.
So what grease are you gonna put in there?
It's lithium white grease, marine grease. I usually put in there.
That white lithium grease. That was just in my head. I have a silicone oil that I have been using for the ball bearings to clean them up and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's based with silicone.
I gotta remember.
Like a WD-40, but with silicone. It's very slick. And you can use it on rubber and plastic.
Oh yeah.
Made by Liquid Wrench. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. Now I remember how I put this thing together. It's actually a screw that holds everything in.
So, so your that diff would be like in real life a semi diff.
I have no idea. This is what they make for RCs, and this is what I use.
I heard the Vanquish stuff's very expensive too. They have a very expensive cars also, Vanquish.
Now, how does it go out? I can't remember.
You know who makes nice models that I noticed is God, I forgot the name of it. The Charismas. They make some really good on-road looking cars.
Yeah, Charisma's not bad.
That they had a Lotus that was really nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was based on the. It wasn't the Europa. It was another one. I think it was the Exige. The Exige.
RC Mass Master said it's not grease, though it's a degreaser.
Oh, well, it does lubricate. Trust me on that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I think he was talking about another thing. Graphite power. Yeah, a lot of people they use WD-40, but you should not use WD-40 to do anything because it is a degreaser. Come on off of there, you.
So I think you're snipping.
Almost.
I'm surprised more people aren't with us on the video. I'm surprised about that.
Oh, it's a quiet night. It's summer. And go to this view. Like that, I can talk to you guys and take a break and have a drink of Perrier.
I haven't seen Kagan in a while.
Hey, Errol, how you doing?
Hey, Alvin. Do you like also San Pellegrino, Frank?
I'm not sure what that is.
It's a minimal water, just like the Perrier.
Oh, yeah? I might have had it. I don't know.
It's good stuff. They also make flavored ones that call it sensas.
So his last video on his Optima build. Yeah, I got to start looking at your Optima build. That's for sure.
Oh, you're talking to
RC Basher Boy.
yeah. He should be on the video with us too. The usual suspects aren't on video with us.
No.
I don't think they've ever installed the Zoom yet, to be honest.
What? What did you say,
Oh,
Scott?
You wouldn't have been able to hear anything there if I didn't mute myself.
Oh, Sean's got his hard hat on.
I just came back out of the site there. Couple of my minions. You know.
So you're gonna rack up a good bill on your cell phone, unless you have Wi-Fi there.
It's probably the company's.
Helmet hair.
Man, this camera makes you realize how much you're losing your hair, doesn't it? That's why I don't normally come on the camera.
Aha. You need a haircut too.
Yeah.
Why don't you normally come on the camera?
Because I just normally don't. Because normally I'm working on trucks or trucks in front of me or something.
Yep.
Or you don't want people to confuse you with Scott that may went to clean shaving look.
I think the hair's got a long way to go to match Scott.
Oh yes.
I'm afraid to get my hair cut anymore because it takes longer and longer to grow back. So it does.
Oh yeah.
Not facial hair. Facial hair grows back faster every time you cut it.
Yeah, not the hair in my head though. Doesn't so.
Yeah.
I can't even get it to sit freaking right now. It's annoying.
That's why I'm afraid. I think Scott's afraid. He's afraid he'll never get any hair back. Why he doesn't cut it.
I'm one of 2 family members that still have hair on either side of my family.
You got blessed. That's why people call you Jesus.
We'll get you a white robe, Scott.
Right?
Get your carpentry tools out.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I live real close to the Mexican border, and there's this famous Mexican singer that I apparently look like. And when I go to restaurants or clubs or whatever, people freak out. They think I'm that guy. And I can just see them staring at me, and they'll come up and they'll start asking me questions. Like, they don't know that I'm not that guy.
Does his name Jesus, like for Jesus?
He's a Mexican singer.
Yeah, but there's a guy named Jesus I thought was a Mexican singer.
Oh, I'm sure there is. There's probably a bunch of them. Let's put it this way. Go to restaurants around where I live, they have those guys come in with the little guitars and the trumpets. Go away so I can eat my food, please.
I thought you play guitar.
I do, but I don't do it in restaurants unless they pay me. And it's been a while.
So you play guitar just for the fun of it?
Now I've been trying to get back into it.
Paul Taylor joined us.
I've got a whole room full of amplifiers and 2 rooms full of guitars.
Hello, Paul.
Hey Paul, next week I'm going to be driving by your house.
Bring by.
I don't think my wife is going to want me to, though. That's the only problem. We're going on the trip for our wedding anniversary. So doing any RC thing, I think she's going to be not too pleased if I stop by.
Not unless you're on the way back.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, is it next week you're heading to Salem? I think, is it?
Yeah, next week, yeah. Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday. But we're going to take Highway 89 down. So.
You know, they say Canada has the longest named road in the world.
Yeah, we'll take the 89, which is Highway 7, I believe, all the way down to all the way down to Boston.
We have a 7 in Ohio. Up on the Ohio River Valley.
Yeah, I can see 89 from my window.
Frank, you should see him on the way back from the anniversary.
Well, I'll talk to my wife. And so you're pretty close to the 89?
Oh yeah, I can see Interstate 89 right from my window. I'm only like 3 minutes from the exit. I'm only like 20 minutes from the Canadian border.
Are you usually home all the time, or?
Most of the time.
Send me an email with your address and your phone number, Thetankrc at Gmail, and I'll see if I can stop by just to say hi.
Hey, Paul, you live near New Hampshire or Vermont?
I'm northern Vermont.
Oh, you're in the Green Mountains area.
Yeah, I'm St. Albans. Like I said, 15 minutes tops to the Canadian border.
Oh yeah.
I've been in the when I was a child, and I was in a school out there called Eagle Hill in Hardwick, Massachusetts. We traveled up to one of the counselors wanted to take us to see some relatives or friends that were willing to do something with us up there, and we hiked up the Green Mountains. So we were right by the New York border. It was absolutely beautiful.
No,
Well,
RC
that
Basher
would've been
boy,
towards
and not. Sorry, go ahead.
That would have been towards Bennington, because from St. Albans, Swanton, all the way down through, you got Lake Champlain between us and New York.
Don't you guys share Lake Champlain?
Yeah, we share it, but we're basically separated from New York all the way down to like Fairhaven, down by Lake George.
God, I just can't. I feel sorry for you guys in the northern New England for the wintertime, man. Oh.
It's a way of life.
Yeah, just like us. We got
up there.
sometimes we get lots of snow, sometimes we get no snow.
It's like everything, once you're there, you get used to it. So.
Yeah.
We well, I remember going to Mount Monadnock, but that's in New Hampshire. We had to pass through Adams, Massachusetts. Then you go to do you have the White Mountains too on the New Hampshire side?
That's New Hampshire, yeah.
But does Vermont have some of that on that side?
No, ours are called Green Mountain.
Yeah, but
they're Twin State.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just thought the White Mountains would be on your eastern part where New Hampshire and Vermont meet.
Correct. They're to the east of us.
Yeah.
We all good?
How come when pieces are full of grease, your finger gets full of grease and everything gets slippery all of a sudden?
Or sticky, or the stuff grease on your fingers. Put it in place. It's kind of a double-edged sword grease.
Yeah.
Is that coming from you, Sean?
I think it was. Starting to put some things back in the old and the new dry shaft, like the input shaft.
Did you put the pinion to the diff too? Isn't there a pinion that runs that diff? At its housing?
Yeah, that's what I'm putting in right now.
Technically, your cars have more than one pinion, because there are also pinions in the diffs if you have those side cut gears in the pumpkin.
Yep.
You ever make a car with worm gears?
Nope. No cars with the worm gear. I do have the grease that I bought came kind of in a tube, and it's very awkward. One thing I use from Shoppers Drug Mart is a syringe. That's where I put my lithium white grease in it, and this is what I actually use to put the grease into stuff. It makes it easier.
Almost looks like you're basting your gears, man.
It is. Makes less of a mess, that's for sure.
There was a Radio Shack car called the Dash that used worm gears for its four-wheel drive system.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And I saw someone modify that on one of their videos, and I swear that thing was doing 40 miles an hour. That thing, he had a brushless in there and a LiPo.
Wow.
That thing was hauling.
I think Losey's the only one uses a worm gear.
Yeah, the Nightcrawler, I think, has worm gear.
Yep.
ECX, not the Barrage, ECX, I have one here. I believe that's a worm gear also, but I never built one. That's a kit that I got that's running. But
I wonder if there's actual cars that use worm gears.
Don't know.
Anybody heard of BSDRC? It's a company that makes RCs.
Sounds
Nope.
familiar.
Nope.
Banggood has them, and they have a motorcycle kind of like that Fly Sky Cycle. And it's like $100 cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't need to see things like that.
You don't need to see things.
All the radio control motorcycles are bigger scale than most of the RC cars.
Yeah, they're 4th scale.
I've seen them smaller than 4/4 scale, but you know.
Pick it up, buy it, and if it's good, we'll buy it.
I don't think you have a motorcycle in your setup out there, do you?
I have no motorcycle, no.
They have to have a gyroscope in the rear wheel.
Some of them have gyroscope, but some of them actually don't, and those are a little tougher to drive. Because I've heard some guys saying that his did not have a gyroscope, and this he said the gyroscope are for beginners. Could be true.
I always thought a real motorcycle caused its own gyroscopic behavior by the way it moves.
RC Mass Master, oh my God, I'm done with Banggoods.
Why?
I have no idea. I guess he had a bad experience. He didn't say it.
Bought anything from them.
Oh, it's because of the packaging. This always comes up crumpled, and sometimes, and usually you're lucky they're not usually broken.
There's one day at RC camp, I received my package, and it was all broken.
I've never had nothing come in broken from them.
That packaging always looks scary, but you see that it actually, the boxes are just messed up, but the cars aren't.
Yeah, my box was a little bit messed up on the last one, but it was free shipping, and there was something that they were giving to me, so it wasn't that bad, but nothing was broken. But Steve O.D. did a review on one, and the handheld remote was actually broken.
Oh,
I remember that one. That was recent.
Yep.
I know the next stuff I buy is going to be there for the parts I need.
Oh, yeah?
And electronics. Because they're the cheapest thing going around.
Cheap isn't always better.
Nope.
Well, they're still also selling stuff for cheaper that is usually expensive, but it's still cheaper than everybody else for various products.
never had anything come in from Banggood that was messed up because I've never ordered anything from Banggood.
Oh, no?
I get tempted when I see the videos like Wayne Keeblin's video in that little Jeep. He's so excited. I wanted to get one. I don't know what I would do with the Jeep, but he was so excited about it. I got excited.
that Spanish guy, Goncola, Aquinas, he got a broken one of those that Jeep you were just talking about the other day with your son. He got one of those. The thing was messed up in the front from the packaging, But you know what? He made it work for him.
Yeah.
The fender was all bent up and the grill was messed up, I think, and he made it work for him because he made it aged looking. So that's why he's so talented. He made something like that you would be upset about work for him.
My only problem is they take like a month to ship.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it takes a long time if you don't pay for the extra shipping, that's for sure.
Oh, even when I pay for the extra shipping, I never got anything in under a month.
And they have a place in California. Don't they have a warehouse in the United States?
But it usually doesn't have anything in it. Not when I look at stuff anyway.
Mask master is a lady, not a man. Oh, really? I didn't know that. How can a lady be a master? Us men are masters. Ladies are not masters.
I've seen ladies be called masters.
Well,
I know, I'm just toying.
Was that in your GIMP mask or out of your GIMP mask? Right.
What was that, Sean?
You said people being called women being called masters. I said, was that in your GIMP mask or out of your GIMP mask?
I've seen movies that took place in a period time and they were called masters. Some of them.
Oh yeah.
Or yes.
Don't know.
I live in New York, so GIMP masks are nothing uncommon. You know?
Scary things in New York.
Yeah.
Jack wanted to know if you were auditioning for the Village People.
Ooh.
Yep. If I turn around, I've got no back in my chaps. You know.
The group wouldn't sound. You'd hear his Irish accent singing, and then all of a sudden, they would just like throw them all off.
That's it. I've got assless chaps on if I walk around. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like some people were dropping stuff over there by you, Sean.
Yeah, they were. That's why I had to mute the microphone to yell at somebody. You know?
Just yell to them. Be quiet. I'm on a phone call.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm talking from people all over the world.
Yeah. See how your boss reacts to that one.
I think it's good for Sean because if anything were to happen to us, there'd be a lot of witnesses, Sean, if something were to happen to you.
Yeah, these guys would be happy if I went in and told them to keep the noise down. They'd all sit in the floor and look at me like. So.
Kind of a safety thing for you. You got a lot of masses watching you, and then next thing you know, something happens. You got 20, 30 people that witness something, and you know.
If anybody's willing to. They saw anything, it's another story.
Well,
that's everybody sees something but say nothing. You know?
Yep.
That's New York.
I would say something.
Step over the top and say I didn't see anything. You
Oh
know?
yeah.
Steve-O's here.
Steve-O-D was there a while ago. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't, and now he's in the live. Now he's
in the live video now. He's here now. Yeah.
What's
hey,
up?
Steve.
Now I can let Steve-O-D talk, and I gotta remember to be there for Steve-O-D's channel tomorrow night. You still on tomorrow night, Steve-O-D?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I had to go next door to Kroger's to get some monsters because I was sleepy, and then I had my whole kit set up on my hospital tray table, and I just had to take every little piece and bring it back here so I can get online with you. So I dropped a bunch of screws, so I'll probably be missing something. I was kind of pissed about that. I knew I was going to drop some stuff. There was too many little pieces and stuff to transfer back over here.
This is my kit.
Yeah.
Which Tamiya kit?
Toyota.
Okay.
I'm only that far.
So, Steve-O, you're saying that my Tamiya kit's taking a long time to build?
Oh, it was a joke because you already got it done.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was a joke. I
Oh,
found that funny when you said that.
Too bad John's not there to help you with dealing with certain idiosyncrasies of that kit.
I don't need help. I'm a pro.
So is John. I'm just saying he built his first. I
I
think.
got more kits under my belt than John does. I got John into Tamiya.
Yeah, but he seems to be. He's gotten so good at it. He does them quickly. He does a lot of them within 2 nights or sooner.
I do
Mine was done very quick, and they're easy and quick to do. The problem is when you're making a video, you got to take your time to do it.
Yeah, otherwise you can do it in 30 seconds.
See, I don't have the ability to fast forward things, so I don't do that stuff when I get the chance to. But then I'd have to send it to you, Frank, and have you edit it to make it go faster or slower.
Nah, it's okay. I don't want it.
How much you paying him to edit? You're an editor now?
Yeah, he's not paying me anything.
I know, I was just joking.
I think Frank likes his challenges, and I gave him one that's a challenge. So
that's on top of all the other things I have to do. That's what I told him. Like I've looked at this video a little bit, but I probably won't get to it until after I come back from Boston. So we'll see.
I expected you to take a long time with it, anyways, Frank. I was expecting you to be done definitely before the end of the year, but that's about it. You seem to be a good manager of time. You seem to be a multitasker, a very good one at that.
Oh, I got lots of patience, that's for sure.
That's why I say you're stoic.
Okay, let's see. Where was I?
Hey, Steve-O, do you have anything to pick up the parts, like something that grabs that you could use from your chair?
Yep. This thing.
Oh, I have one of those grabbers. The gophers.
Yeah. They don't grab like little E-clips that easily.
Yeah, my mother-in-law is about 5'1", so she's very short, and I wanted to buy her one of those so she can grab stuff from her cupboard for Christmas.
That's how I have to get in the cupboards like that too.
Yeah, but me, it was as a joke for her because she's so short.
It sounds like you need a magnetic one that picks up the E-clips.
Yeah, I got a magnetic wand type deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Paul. What's the name of your channel, man?
My channel?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it's just under my name, Paul Taylor.
And it's RC stuff, of course, right?
Yeah, majority of it is.
How many kits do you have?
Tell Brad, none you.
All gone. 2 twin girls and a boy.
No, I was asking how many kits do you have, not kids.
Oh, kits?
Yeah.
I've only got 5 trucks. I keep them limited.
Are they crawlers?
Yeah, everything's a crawler. I got a TF2, an SCX10, a Red Cat Gens 8. I got my G.I. Joe Jeep, and then I got a Wraith I got to put back together.
Yeah, I think you were one of the first guy that ever did some zip lines with your little guys, and now I'm seeing everybody doing zip lines with it.
Yeah, they had at our Shred the Ledge event in New Hampshire, they had a zip line for all the guys to go through. Theirs was about 15 feet long now.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that they use a zip line for the cars to cross like a big expanse of water on one of the G6s or something. They put them like on a what, you know, something that would like a float, something that floats, of course, and they have it hooked. They have it hooked to a wire that's above them and pulling it forward from the other side.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've got all the material. I've been meaning to build a little car carrier for my Jeep so I could run it across the lake. Just haven't got around to it yet.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to hydroplane across the lake or just submerge across the lake?
With me, you never know.
The hydroplaning is so cool to watch them hydroplane. That is just so cool. It's like watching the Icelandic people who make special rigs to go through those waters. They hydroplane across a lake with their trucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they get the big paddle tires, and they look like what you guys use for rock crawling. Those type of vehicles, but they mainly look like the bully that Particle Man has. They look more like that, but they're just going really fast. They put huge, powerful engines in them, and they rev them as fast as they can, and they run across the glacier lake.
What, like dune buggies?
No, they're not dune buggies. They look like rock crawling trucks.
Yeah, they got the big balloon tires.
Well, I swear that most of them are using paddle tires. You got to look that stuff up. It's amazing to watch.
Well, I'm from Vermont, so I'm used to taking snowmobiles across open water. So done it.
You still have probably some glacier lakes up there in the mountains.
I live right on the lake. I got Lake Champlain.
Yeah. So considered a glacier lake?
No, Willoughby's a glacier lake, which is probably an hour and a half from me. It's the second deepest lake around here. I think Lake Champlain goes about 380 and Willoughby's about 360 deep.
And is Willoughby on a higher elevation too?
It's up towards Newport. It's right on the Canadian border. Derby line.
Hey, RC Master does not have any videos up. What's up with that? Jack told me that RC Master is actually a lady and not a man, which I didn't know, but I guess that's a good reason why I didn't know, because there's no videos, there's no content. So how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I'm sorry every time I call you bro. I didn't know.
Yeah. I always say thanks, man, as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see the trunk of your truck, Sean?
What?
It looks like a trunk of your car.
Once you trunk
Yeah, it's a lock button and open button.
He's back in his car now.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting job you got.
Yeah.
Are you maintenance?
Yeah. Well, I supervise the construction like from start to finish.
I thought you were doing security duty.
So
No.
RC Master says, no, I'm a dude. I joked about it once, LOL. Oh, so the jokes is on Jack. Cool.
I guess I have to do the Dundee check.
But yeah, maybe she was a dude before but was a girl, or maybe she was a girl and then became a dude. There's a lot of that nowadays, and it's all good, it's all fine.
Dude looks like a lady.
Looks like a lady,
Yeah, that's one section at university I just finished. Like all the bathrooms are gender neutral bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
It's so weird. It's weird to be standing in a toilet and a woman walk in beside you to use the toilet beside you. It's like just totally weird.
I guess.
I'm glad I don't get out much anymore. I wouldn't be able to deal with that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing in New York now, gender neutral bathrooms. You know?
I remember going into a bathroom in government building here, actually where my wife works. I was so in a rush. I just walk in and I just go in the washroom and I sit down. And then all of a sudden I see beside me ladies' shoes. I go, what the fudge? And then I realized I actually went in the wrong bathroom because when I sat down, there was the little box with the tampons. So that's when I realized, shoot, I'm in the wrong bathroom. And
You
then
did it on purpose, Frank. Don't lie.
so I put my shoes far away from her so she couldn't see that, and try to be as quiet as I could, and waited till everybody was out, and then I kind of sneaked out. It was so
Oh, Frank was so embarrassed. I wonder what he looked like embarrassed, man.
it was so embarrassing.
Now he's not allowed to visit his wife at work.
Okay, Tug RC, thanks. Talk to you guys later. It must be
Yeah,
pretty
RC.
early for you, anyways.
Yeah,
Cool.
what time is it? 11? So must be.
Well, no, last time he was on and we were on, it was like 5 a.m. for him.
Yeah, so it must be like 4 a.m. with him now. If it's 11 here. No.
You were on last night?
No. Last week when we were on, Tugga came on.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking, and he was saying that it was like 5 a.m. where he was.
Where does he live?
Well, aren't a lot of places going to those non-gender, whatever they call them, bathrooms now?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. All gender neutral, they call them. Like, it's totally weird. Like,
Yeah.
That is.
yeah.
I guess I got to do like my mom and just hold it till I get home because I don't know if I can be comfortable.
That can hurt, man. That can really hurt.
I got a bag.
So, Paul, you ever thought of getting some Arma stuff? Have you know they're not crawlers?
Getting the what?
Some Arma stuff.
No, not into speed anymore. Break too much stuff.
Did you ever have Tamiya's?
Did you ever have Tamiya's?
No, I had Traxxas, and I started out with a Red Cat Nitro.
Red Cat Nitro, cool.
Yeah. And then I went from speed because I kept breaking too much stuff. I mean, first day with my Traxxas, I hit a pole, took out the whole front end. And I decided I was going to jump it like 15, 20 feet, snapped the frame. So I pretty much bought a new car twice.
Yeah. Well, in the hobby, you should at least put together at least one Tamiya in your life to know what it's like.
Oh, I've owned one. I've sold them.
What were they?
I had the Tamiya Unimog.
Cool.
I didn't like it.
Oh, no?
No.
What did you not like about it?
Chassis, because it's old, it's gotten old and dated, is the TRO1, which is a crawler.
I thought it was chintzy, and I didn't think it had much leaf spring action. And I don't know. To me, I think Tamiya, I'm going to make a lot of enemies, but I just think they're chintzy kits. I'm pretty rough on stuff, so I need something I can bash, pound, and hammer and fall off 10 foot and pick up and run.
Just wondering what chassis that was that Unimog was on.
CC01.
Probably a CC01, yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole plastic bottom chassis.
Yeah. They're not that great for crawling, but they're not bad.
And aluminum parts that you can put on them. So.
Well, I met some guy out in California, and I told him pay the shipping, and I pretty much gave it to him for his kid.
Yeah.
You know, there's a CC02 coming out.
Yeah, but they're not really for like people that do a lot of crawling.
No,
they're not scale because you don't have the frame rails. It's a pan, so there is issues with it, but they're okay little kits, but they're not scale kits.
Well, there's also the CR01, and there's also the Bruiser variations.
Yeah, they make. Don't get me wrong, like
pretty much all metal.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like they make the best rally cars out there. There's nobody compares them for making rally cars and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. You know,
even their grasshoppers and stuff, like, and their hornets are nice, like, too.
Grasshopper was my first RC car ever.
Oh yeah.
there was a guy who made one with a 4-link suspension, so he lengthened the chassis. He put stuff on it to lengthen it, so the rear end would go out farther, and had 4-linked. Totally
Yeah, it's crazy what people do. It's crazy what people do with RCs, eh? Even people, like, they make trailers with motors, they make boats with wheels. It's just crazy. People just
It's
people
usually the
invent
crazy
all
ones up
kinds of
north.
stupid things.
self-driving fifth wheels.
Yeah.
Long winters do that to people, Frank.
Well, I saw this video on Facebook. It's a guy that got passed on the highway and by a boat, and I just told my buddy Dave. I told him I got to build this. He goes, "Wait a minute, I have old RCs here." So he went and he showed me. I got this old boat and I got this old car. I said, "Do you want it?" So I said, "Sure, send it over." So less than a week after, I had it running and cut up and made a mess down here, but it's running. It's
You're gonna like this, Frank. There's this. There used to be a place, an amusement park. Oh, back in the 1800s, early 1900s. It was called Euclid Park Beach. And they had these rocket-looking things that people would sit in. Would see a decent amount of people. It had a lot of seats in it in a row.
okay.
And someone bought some of the equipment from one of the old rides, and they made cars out of it.
Hmm.
And they drive around Ohio a lot. That's something you thought would be kind of cool.
So I think I was on the top hole.
That's what she said.
That's what you're eating?
Huh?
And that it was the wrong hole, Sean.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
was the wrong hole.
Thought you were on the top hole.
Eating a candy bar or crackers?
Who, me? Oh, no, I'm Popeye's chicken.
Popeye.
What?
Buys chicken.
Oh, Popeye
chicken.
Did you buy chips with it, as you would call it, where you came from?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I find it so greasy, the chicken there. It's just crazy. But it's good.
Yeah, it's just good because you can get everything spicy. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Then you've never had Church's chicken. My, that stuff upsets my stomach bad. They put it under their light for so long, and you bite into it, and you can just feel the oils in it.
Yeah.
What about KFC?
Just as bad.
What did you say, Paul?
Just as bad.
You know they have
bad.
Mountain Dew flavor.
It's just as bad, but we can't stop eating it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I would assume you know really good fish and chips if it's made in the United States, wouldn't you? You would know some really good fish and chips.
Unless you go to Gloucester, Massachusetts, you're not going to get any good fish and chips anywhere else in America.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the only place you can get it in America?
Gloucester.
Gloucester?
Yeah.
Where is it? New York?
No, Massachusetts. Actually, Frank,
Oh,
when you go to Salem, Frank, it's only a half an hour up the road from Salem. So,
Oh, yeah?
So
Yeah.
get yourself some fish and chips.
no, but Gloucester's a cool fishing town. It's a cool fishing village, like so.
Don't they sell the frozen food stuff too from them, right?
Do what?
I thought they also sell to supermarkets with that fish. I swear I've seen that name before.
They probably do. Gloucester's a huge, big fishing town, like so. Like, so that movie was made where the boat went missing and everything, caught in a storm. I can't remember the name of the movie right now, but that was made about Gloucester. The fishing.
Grant RC is putting a lot of sick emojis on the chat for KFC and Taco Bell.
It only takes one bad trip to Taco Bell to cure you, that's for sure.
I got sick twice at KFC, but never got sick at Taco Bell.
Our local Taco Bell was on the news. The lady was washing her hair in the sink.
Oh!
What's wrong with washing her hair?
They had a food fight, and she went to the kitchen sink and washed her hair down. And then she put the dishes in after and started going to town.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why you call it taco smell. You know?
Taco smells.
Taco smell. Taco hell.
See you later, Alan RC Duke.
What? Hey, RC Duke. So, isn't the breading for fish and chips like lemon peppered?
No, it's beer battered.
It's beer batter.
Oh, I thought it was beer. I thought sometimes the beer batter was also coated in lemon pepper too. So
no.
So you know your RCs, Brad, but you don't know your cooking.
No. And for proper fish and chips, it has to be cooked in lard. No.
In lard.
Oh.
A few years ago, I got on a Taco Bell kick where I wanted to eat it all the time, and then I had that one meal that cured me.
Oh yeah.
It was like a Porsche in the Autobahn. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't eat out because I used to work for Muzak. I used to go into the kitchens, and some of the things you see are very, very scary.
Yeah, my old drummer used to do the mats and the stuff that they take out for cleaning, and he said he wouldn't eat out either because of the same thing.
Oh yeah.
I worked at fast food a lot in my life, as well as some grocery stores.
Well, these ain't fast food I'm talking about. These are very expensive sit-down restaurants.
Oh.
And one of them had a barrel full of green chicken. I thought it was garbage. I watched a guy come over, grab a basket full out, rinse it off, and started cooking it up.
Oh.
It's like,
Salmonella waiting to happen.
Yeah, but it's what you can't see everywhere, so you can't like starve yourself. Like, you know, when I used to DJ, like you'd be walking through some pretty posh hotels and like going through the kitchens, you were like, "Holy crap! Is this where the people are actually eating from?"
yeah, and going down into the basements. My brother and I worked together. We used to call them walking floors. You shine lights, and the roaches just went everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some people are asking, is this RC chat or welcome to the Food Network?
Welcome to the network.
So this is the kind of things we talk about is RC, and also us RC enthusiasts actually eat. So
we just get sidetracked a lot, Frank. That's just how we are.
yeah, and Brad is not helping.
You know those little things that they put on the crawlers, the like the things to lift it up, like if you were to change a tire, those things actually move up and down.
Yes, some of them some jacks actually do work. And who was it? Buy it, break it, fix it. Just got a lift for the truck. He got that from
I've seen the new lifts that like you have in a gas in a place you fork on cars.
Yep.
Yeah, RC4WD does a lift like that. RC4WD have one, but it's expensive, so.
Yeah.
Everything you make for a real car, they make for RC cars. It's so cool. You can translate it all.
Yep.
They even got scissor jacks now. I've been wanting to pick one up.
I would like.
Jack would be cool.
I think a car lift would be cool.
Yeah, the car lifts are cool, but they're expensive. But that scissors jack, that would be cool. Who makes that? Oh,
I think it was an RC 4-wheel drive, or I might have saw. I visit so many pages, either there or Banggood.
Okay.
yeah, that would be cool. Like a scissor jack.
It was only like $8.
Yeah, but was it a working one or just a fake
Yeah,
one?
no, it was working metal.
For
It definitely
$8?
was.
Must
It
be
definitely
from
wasn't.
China.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't RC4WD. Then you were looking at it for $8.
Probably was on Banggood then.
Yeah. RC4WD wouldn't even sell you a battery for $8 for your controller. Yeah.
Now I ended up getting rid of my second Willys Jeep.
Oh yeah? Why?
Sold it to a guy over in Israel.
Was it the
Israel.
original or the 2?
It was the G.I. Joe Willys Hasbro Jeep.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I sold it to him for $40, cost him $80 for shipping.
$80.
And that's no trace on it, nothing.
Really?
That's wrong. That's just wrong.
Yeah, that's insane. Like,
Well, if you really want it, you'll pay for it. Just like I wanted one of Jack's car a while back, and I was willing to pay for shipping and all that. And Jack said, no, it's going to be too much. It's cost you too much. I go, I don't care. I want that car.
What car was it? I forgot.
It was a street car. But he sold it to somebody else, so I didn't get it.
Wanted to go over there and bop him in the head for that one.
Oh, well. That's life.
Yeah, I think you were a little pissed. You had to be, Frank.
No, not pissed. Just a little disappointed, but that's okay. That's life.
The thing is, Canada is so expensive, and I can't understand why it costs so much to ship to you.
Yeah, it does. And by the time you take it across the border and brokerage and all that, it's just
because everything has to go over them ice roads to get them. So
no.
I thought Australia was more expensive to send to than Canada.
Probably.
The stuff from Asia coming to the United States isn't cheap either. So
No, but they get a special rate to ship from there to here.
yeah.
I bought a boat from over there, and they shipped me the wrong boat, and it cost them like $10, $12 to ship it. And for me to get my refund, it cost me $60 to mail the boat back to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just have kept the boat.
No, if I'd have kept the boat, I'd have lost money because I paid $120 for the boat, and to get my $120 back, I had to pay $60. So I ended up losing half of the cost of the boat, but I still recovered. I ordered a 24-inch speedboat. They sent me, I kid you not, literally a 4-inch boat.
Oh my God. Was it radio controlled?
Yeah, it was radio controlled. There's one like you get to run in the tub.
that's when you gotta read. That's when you gotta read the fine print.
And then, well, they disputed it. I turned it into the company. They disputed. They said, you got exactly what we ordered. I showed the web page where it shows the 24-inch boat, jet propelled, with a 75C battery. And then I showed an actual photo of the 4-inch boat. And they're like, well, just ship it back and we'll give you your money.
Yeah, con artist.
Who was this?
You know those ads you see on Facebook? Don't buy from them.
I'm not on Facebook for various reasons, but so who was it?
It was just an ad from Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And it just seemed like a good deal. And then everyone's like, don't do it. It's like, you're never going to know unless you try.
Yeah.
So I bid on it and I learned a hard lesson.
I'm afraid of eBay, man. It's like you end up losing more money on eBay when you buy something.
Well, it all depends who you buy from eBay. There is some good people.
Yep.
I always do the search on them from their track records and all the reviews.
Yeah, you do have to do that.
I noticed that Walmart seems to have stuff for hobby grade stuff, but then you have
They do have stuff at Walmart, but it's shipped through somebody else, not Walmart, and it's usually more expensive. What I've seen anyway.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too.
Anything else to you?
You know, I heard Best Buy on the wintertime sells Red Cat stuff. In the holiday season.
Never heard that.
I've never seen it in our store.
What?
That's where I
Never
found
seen
my first RC was Best Buy. It was a Red
Really?
Cat Volcano.
Ah, we have proof.
It's only during the Christmas season.
They got them all year long around here.
Oh, well, not by me. They say they only sell that stuff in the. One near me tells me that it's only sold during the holiday season.
I had a Red Cat Volcano. Ran like a rape date, but boy, it always had something wrong with it.
Red Cat's gotten a lot better. We have to admit that.
They're not bad. I mean, I had the Volcano, and then I had their big 1/8 scale. Can't think of it.
Earthquake.
Yeah, and
What
I
about-
mean, they both ringing great. It's just they needed a lot of tuning when I first got them. The Earthquake had, I think, 3 loose screws on the cylinder head, and I always go through everything first.
What about the Gen 8?
The Gen 8, I love it.
That's a very good rival to the Traxxas.
The only downfall is the portals are very weak.
I thought there was an upgrade for them.
There is, but the aluminum upgrade from Red Cat, they're weak where they put together next to the axles where they slide in to the hubs. There's a new one that just came out last week, $59, solid metal axles and hubs, all one piece. It's on eBay.
What have you seen? I've seen the SCX 10s now with portal axles that you can buy from. Who sells them for portal axles for?
Everyone has an aftermarket except for Red Cat.
Yeah.
The first one I've seen.
How much are those portal axles for the SCX 10?
I'm not sure.
For the Traxxas, I've seen 2 sets. I think they're $168 for both of them.
Oh yeah.
And again, bang good.
What do you think of that new Humvee that that HG sells?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, it's very detailed, and it comes with a 16. You can get it with a 16-channel radio.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, there's different prices for them. One comes with a sound module, one's fully loaded, and there's a bunch of different options.
You
And they
watched
have
RC Intro's video on it. His came broke, and then after he fixed it, he took it out on the trail, and it didn't look very good.
Well, I've seen where people succeeded. I see them actually working better than what happened to him. So, hey, sometimes you get lemons. It's just the way it is, isn't it? Isn't it, Frank?
Yeah, it is.
There's a guy down in Australia with Thetankrc name too, and he did a review on one and he loved it.
Yeah.
Steve's video today.
Yeah, there's one or two with Thetankrc, but I'm the Thetankrc.
RC tanks and trucks 24/7 is the name.
Oh yeah.
He also had that $190 1/8 scale crawler. I'm surprised more people haven't come out with 8-scale crawlers and make a new thing for that. For like they do for 1/10, have a new trail riding for that and crawling.
Well, the prices already jumped up on it by like 30, 40 bucks.
What, that $190 one?
Yeah, it's 2 something now.
Oh, that's too bad, because that was a good price for its detail.
The only thing I thought was good about it was the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kept asking everyone that reviewed it, because if I could have fit one of my action figures in it, I'd have bought it and threw it on a set of Wraiths.
You've heard of Traction Hobby, right?
Yep.
They have 1/8 scale ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But they're expensive. But I hear they're quite good. RC Sparks has one. They even had a competition in Asia for those at a front of a building. They were using them.
Banfield Alice Turtle says he has a HPI Willie King, and really hard to work. They're not that bad once you know. I have one and I converted it a little bit, but they're pretty neat. It's
What
just
is
steering link was just kind of wonky on that. What was that, Brad?
What was the name of the car?
HPI Willie King. The Willie King. I
So
converted mine to a Crawler King.
Has HBI told anybody when they're coming out with the new stuff, since they've been bought out by that Swedish company?
I haven't heard anything yet. But they better start soon, or they better come out with something soon.
Everybody loves the Savage from HPI.
Yeah, HPI is still around. They just got bought out by another company, and they're supposed to come out with some new stuff.
Are they gonna make another Savage? Because I heard Savages were very popular.
Yeah, they are. They're very strong and very fun to play with. But now everybody's crazy about Arma. And
They still
Traxxas.
haven't got a Traxxas yet.
Arma and Traxxas. Fun.
Traxxas produced that big rivalry after they sued Arma. So
yeah,
and they're out now. Arma's out for blood.
Arma's still in business after that.
What did you say?
Like anything else, it's trends.
Well, Traxxas has always had trends that have lasted a very long time, even to this day. I mean,
First I get rid of is those tires. Of course, I've only owned one Traxxas, so I don't really have any room to speak.
what kind of Traxxas did you have?
Slash, it's the only one I've ever had.
The Slash, okay.
Yeah, they've had Bandits and Stampede since the 90s.
I tried balancing those tires and it was pointless.
No, you can't. You can't balance those.
I used to line mine with duct tape so they wouldn't balloon.
Yep.
Yeah, what you turn it inside out and then you would glue crazy glue and the tape in there.
No, just put the duct tape right on it and flip them back around, and they wouldn't balloon anymore.
Yep.
Well, I've seen people take crazy glue and the fiber reinforced a Gorilla tape and make and they do out the whole interior. You turn the tire inside out and you start doing that.
Like a steel belt, yeah.
Tire. They make it like a belted tire, and then it stops the ballooning.
Yep.
Well, even with duct tape, you put a 3S on a Slash, and those tires will still expand.
Well, they're not meant to go fast, or break a speed record. They're good for bashing and having fun on the trails. That's it.
Well, I thought they were good for 50 miles an hour. The top of line Slashes.
They're still going to balloon, but yeah, they were good for that.
and you got to put holes in your car hood so they don't air, like a parachute.
What about belted tires for it? Wouldn't that stop it?
What about what?
Stop what?
Belted tires stop the ballooning.
It does, but and when you put 3S, you even go faster. So you gotta be careful.
And
Darn,
even with the bead lock, you can rip the tire. You got to glue them.
Yep. Yeah, I was racing with bead locks, and that was a mistake. I blew a tire during a race, so good thing I had some spare tires to put on the truck. Else
So you actually it's better to glue those for that type of thing, huh? Not
for racing, yeah, gluing is way better.
Even though I've seen crawlers do over 40 miles an hour. Kind of cool to watch, though. And everybody knows most crawlers, chassis stuff can actually take the stuff.
The truck will take it, but like it's not a slash. It's.
I know. But one guy got like 48 miles an hour out of second gear out of one of the TRX4s.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of defeats the purpose of buying a crawler, though.
Yep.
Well, when I bought my TF2, the guy had it shipped with, I think it was a 4600 brushless in it.
Oh, yeah?
And it's like I started it up and took the motor out right off the bat, and every single one of the gears in it was stripped.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tony?
so that's John from Net Cruiser. I think he's got like a 3700 kV in his Gen 8 or something. Like, you know. I know.
Are you driving home?
Yeah, I just jumped in my car.
Are you driving home, Sean?
Yeah.
I see you sitting there steering the wheel and everything.
Yeah, that's it. You'll get a front person view, you know, third person view.
Cool.
That was like a very big wheel the way you have the camera.
Because the phone is in where the clock, where the gauges are, so it's looking out from the gauges.
Cool.
Looks like taxi cab confessions.
I wish I couldn't be that lucky.
So, I had something I wanted to say. I hate that.
Oh,
Porter must have been alive, my grandmother would say.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say? What did you say, Paul?
I said my grandmother used to say it couldn't have been in Portner, or must have been a lie.
No, it wasn't. It probably wasn't a lie because I'm not one of those type of people. But
Just picking.
that sounds like an Irish. Sounds like an Irish proverb.
Ooh, see, I actually can get it in now. I've been trying for like 5 minutes. Tony was saying that he bought a replacement body from Banggood and it's shipped in a bag.
It's shipped in a bag? Really?
It better be a padded bag.
That would help.
Oh.
They do have padded bags. I know that.
Yeah, but still, a body.
Yeah. You almost finished, Frank.
Well, I've got issues with the dry shaft at the back, but I got it in. And then I had to take it back out because I forgot to put a shim.
Getting it in is always the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I put a little lubrication to help it, and then it got it.
Our talking right now reminds me of Twin Peaks. There was always something really strange being said that you have to really listen to. And it was all a theme going on, and they were making it sound like you're going in a roundabout way, but you were still saying the same thing. If anybody wants Twin Peaks.
Grants RC says, so I guess we can say that it arrived in a body bag.
That's basically what would happen because it would look like it was dead when it came to you.
Yeah.
I wonder if they gave him glue to reassemble.
Here's glue to reassemble broken parts.
So there we go. My old dry shaft is all installed. The 2 shocks are there. I did not reinforce it yet, but I will try to do something to reinforce it. But
It looks like you put it. It looks like the drive shaft is going more of an upwards position than it was before.
no, it's exactly the same thing.
That's a nice angle.
So
Just stay away from the 3S. You'll be good.
yes, definitely.
No, he'll stay away from it, but he'll just get a high amperage draw 2S, which would basically kind of be the same thing, wouldn't it, Frank?
I'll just make sure I don't jump with it. Or if I get more leaf spring, it's gonna help. It's gonna help that compression.
What I did with my trail finder, because I kept bending leaves, is you know the sash in your windows, the spring to lower and raise. I took those out. I bent the ends, and I made a set of leaf springs out of that because it's spring steel. They're wider and it's a lot heavier leaf spring.
Hey, Sean, it actually looks like you like driving.
It looks like what?
It looks like you actually like driving.
I did. I spend a lot of time in New York traffic, so I like to drive.
I like to drive too.
Although the nice thing about this time of night, there's not much traffic, you know. So.
Scott left us.
Until I hit the George Washington Bridge or something, then it's probably the jammers. But I can already, from here, I can already see a lot of flashing lights on top of it, which is not a good sign.
Is that a fairly new truck you're driving?
Hey, me? No, it's a Ford Fusion, 2-liter turbo.
Is it the Sport?
Yeah, it's a 2-liter turbo.
Oh, I thought it was the Sport with the 6-cylinder with 325 horsepower.
It is.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's a 6-cylinder, but with twin turbos on it.
Yeah, that's a quick car.
Yeah, especially when you do the floppy paddles, but I do the gears myself. It's quick. It's nice because it's a sleeper car. People don't realize it's actually quick.
Yeah, it does 0 to. It's the one I'm thinking of. It does 5.1 to 0 to 60.
Yeah.
It's heavy for a Fusion, but that engine makes up for the difference.
So you can get away from cops? You can get away from cops real quick?
So not New York. There's a cop in every corner.
Can never outrun the radio.
Yeah, that's it. Or the helicopter.
Actually, there are hypercars that can outrun helicopters.
Yeah, but they still can't outrun the radio.
Well, I always say this: it depends on where you're driving and how far out you are from other cops. If you're going over 200 miles an hour and they radio it in, the guy who's closest to you still may not get there in time because you're going there faster than he is.
But where are you going to get? Unless you're living in Arizona, you're not going to get to drive 300 miles an hour.
It's just you got to look at it that way too.
You what?
You got to look at the distance of open land and stuff.
Yeah, this is New York, and there's not much open land. They build in every nook and cranny they can. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to go to upstate New York to get that open land.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't live in New York itself.
Oh, it's too expensive to live there, anyways.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. I have a friend of mine pays $4,800 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. It's crazy.
4,800 a month?
Yeah, for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
That's insane.
And you're just renting. That's what the scary part
Yeah,
is.
it is. Like that's the crazy part. Like, you know.
I also hear Connecticut. I also hear Connecticut is expensive.
Parts of Connecticut are. So just pass where you go. It's like everywhere has expensive parts and cheap parts. So.
Hey, Paul, is it cheaper stuff up by you to live?
I think our rent is, I'd have to ask the boss, she's sleeping, but we pay, I think it's $1,400 a month.
Well, that's a lot less than New York.
When I lived in New York, I was paying, I think, $800 a month down there in Albany.
Oh, in Albany, but New York City's even more expensive than that.
Oh, the city, yeah.
Chicago's the same way, and there's also an area called the One Magnificent Mile, and they're like, you got plenty of condos there on these big buildings that have like 5,000 square foot condos in them or bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the same as Boston. Boston has Newbury Street. Boston. It's crazy expensive.
Fifth Avenue, that's probably the most expensive place in New York City, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a Mustang in front of me and it's growling like it's doing 100 miles an hour and it's doing about 60. It's crazy.
Show them what you got.
Yeah, that's it. A nice Mustang. It's sort of like the one Steve O.D. just built.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it's a nice Mustang. Like it's sort of the newer one. He has all the badges off it and stuff.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
You like your car in the wintertime because of the all-wheel drive?
I don't have all-wheel drive.
Yeah, aren't you happy about that in the wintertime?
No, I don't have all-wheel drive.
Oh, well, the one with that big engine in it had the all-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
No, all-wheel drive's an option.
Yeah, I mean on the 6-cylinder one with that much horses. I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought it was standard.
No, it's an option. It's like everything in cars. The more you get, the more options there is.
Yeah, well, Subaru has all-wheel drive standard on all their cars. So, but
yeah, that's standard in all their vehicles.
Yep. I remember when they used to have front-wheel drive ones. I used to have one myself. I had a couple of Loyals. Those were front-wheel drive. They only have one rear-wheel drive car in Subaru. It's the BRZ. They're a little sports car.
Yeah, the sports car they built rear-wheel drive.
Cool. Then they got 209, which is all-wheel drive, and it's pretty much as close to rally spec you can get.
So what's the next RC you're gonna get, Brad?
It all depends on how fast I can save some money right now.
Okay.
I really want my next car to be a kit. I really, like I said, I really wanted to get back a Tamiya in my life again, but that's going to take a while.
Cool. What about you, Sean? What's your next RC?
I don't know. I've been looking at a couple of different crawlers there, so I don't know which one to actually. I don't know why to get another TRX4 or another. I'm sort of waiting to see if Axial came out with anything new, like on the platform.
Yeah.
Like sort of like a newer, because it kept just pumping out the SCX10, but they didn't really make much changes to it. You know?
No.
Just waiting to see if they came out with anything new.
Mind you, the new Unimog I like. The new body and the way it looks, it actually looks good. And that's 6x6 actually. That 6x6 is a good price.
Yeah, the 6x6 is a nice price, like, you know. So.
Yeah. What about you, Paul?
I don't know. I thought about getting back into speed, but like I said, I have bad luck with it.
Okay.
Well, a new Arma might suit you good if you have that type of money.
Well, there are some Armas that are not that expensive. Like if you stay with the 3S, they're not that expensive. As soon as you start going 6S and 8S, that's when you start paying more. But you're paying for the electronics and a little bit more robust.
Well, usually I strip out when I buy something new. I strip out the electronics, and I always upgrade them anyways.
Yeah. What about you, Steve OD? What's your next RC?
I don't know. These two that I'm building now, because I just got the infraction, so kind of broke for a while.
Hey,
Cool.
we're Tamaya man. Most of us.
Me, it'd probably be a mud truck. I don't have a mud truck yet, so build something for the mud. A little bit monster truck, but more mud, with a lot of torque and a lot of speed with narrow tires. That's what I want to build next.
So is it going to be locked diffs on it?
I have no idea yet. I got to look at what people are usually driving, but I think it probably will have locked diffs.
Yeah, I see a lot of people doing the TRX4 Sport with like the lift kit and putting the skinny tires on them. It seems to do really well in the mud.
Actually, a lot of people, that RC review guy, he says he thinks the Traxxas kit that you put together is their best one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's all the same part.
Yeah, that's all a part, and you build it. I guess you bring it up to where tolerances you like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why it's so good.
Yeah, well, the first Defender I had, that's what it was. That was the Defender kit, the TRX4 kit. The first Defender. But
you know what? They just started selling the G-Wagon model in the United States now, when it's been out there for months in Europe.
Yeah, but it's got the most toy grade looking wheels of any vehicle I've ever seen. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, a lot of people like the rims though.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The rims are like so toy grade looking. It's ridiculous. Like, for the money you're paying for that thing, they couldn't even throw a decent set of rims on it.
But there is a bit of differences between that and the other ones. It still has the 2-speed transmission. It has the bigger tires and rims, a different tread pattern. I think.
Yeah, there's not that much difference. It's mainly they put a couple of plastic exhaust pipes underneath it. They put a big engine in it. Like, still at the end of the day, it's the Bronco with a G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon, I think they have the best color for all their TRX4s is that nice dark gray metallic that they have for it. That's a nice color.
No, the Sunset Bronco is definitely the nicest TRX4 they had.
Yeah, I agree. The Bronco with the Sunset.
Yep.
Yeah, Sunset Bronco definitely nice.
To me, that's not as nice as the G-Wagon's color.
Mm-hmm. CCXRC says he wants that Hummer.
The Humvee, who says that?
CCXRC, Tony.
Oh. He probably, most people aren't getting lemons like that. I forgot the other guy. I just watched him today. Cut it to pieces.
Yeah. I'd like to do the monster truck like Tony has, a bunch of monster truck, and like Steve OD has, but there's no competition here. Nobody's running them and nobody's doing races. So there's no sense for me to actually run that.
You need to come to Vermont, Frank. They run them at our events.
Oh, yeah?
And they had a big truck monster thing, and they set up a whole course just for them.
Yeah, I got to start looking at some of the places where you are, because it's only about 2-hour drive. So it's not that bad. It's a nice drive.
Well, they had one down to New Hampshire. I couldn't go. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And they include a free pig roast dinner.
Usually in the Midwest, they do a lot of the monster truck races, and California.
Yeah, Tony has a lot of nice ones.
The Sens. He has a lot of Sens.
Really nice.
He really likes the Sens.
Wow. Okay, cool. Earl RC says, honestly, he needs to take a break from buying RCs. It's like an addiction when you start buying. He went too hard in the past 2.5 months, and he went for a collection of 4 RCs to 15 RCs.
Who's this?
Earl RC.
Yeah, so if you're talking to Earl and you see the camera, he's just the boxes after box not even open yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of boxes behind him not opened. So
yeah, if I had the money, I would do the same thing. I'd hate to tell you. I would always, when I was working and I was in my hobby full bore with when I had a lot more cars, I always bought them at tax time. I always used my refund to buy them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did get a painter's pen like you guys were doing for the wheels there. So it's
okay, yeah.
This one's a fine point, so I'll try that one out.
White.
What color did you get? Like white, is it?
Yeah, it's white for the white walls. I'm thinking of doing my Winnebago. That'd be cool because the Winnebago actually had Tonka written around it.
Oh, that would be cool.
And I might be able to write Tonka or just do the, right now it's written mud terrain trophy. That would be also cool, having it just painted white.
How much was the pen?
How much was the pen? This was $8, I think.
How long do you think it'll last when you run it?
Well, it all depends if you run it in how rough you are with it and what kind of terrain you run with it. But if you just run it on the road, it should last for a long time.
Unless you're
yeah,
going
fast. Unless you're going to rub on it.
Unless you're running.
Mine are normally rock crawling, and so on the rocks it lasts maybe 3 to 4 trips, and then you had to redo it again. Like, so it does last a long time, but the rocks are really hard on it. Like, you know.
Unless you can also wear it out quickly on asphalt if you're running fast and cornering fast.
True. But this is a Winnebago, so it's not really meant to go fast, just meant to have fun.
What do you think the speed is on your Winnebago?
I have no idea. It's not that fast because it's geared low and I got a high torque motor because there's a lot of weight.
You'd be lucky if you hit 10 miles an hour in it, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, probably. And to tell you the truth, I don't care how fast it goes. I just know it goes forward, it goes back. I don't care how fast it goes. I just care about that I have fun with it.
That's it. I would say none of my crawlers go over 7 or 8 miles an hour, probably.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them.
Yeah, but when you change from rock crawling to trailing, which they do during competitions, you're usually running second gear more often, if you have to. After you have gears, like
yeah, but even the second gear is still only doing like 7 or 8 miles an hour. That's not even.
Mm-hmm.
I got the brushless in my trail finder, and in second gear, I don't do much over 7.
Mm.
So what are you doing, like 1.5 in first gear?
First gear, it's really torqued because I'm running a 80. Well, I was running an 80 in it. Then I switched to the brushless. I think the brushless is 23 or 26 kV, but it's a 6-pole. And it'll crawl just as slow as the 80 I had in it. Is it 80 or 85 RC has?
Oh, yeah.
So 6 poles, like the top amount of poles you can get in one of the brushlesses, right?
Oh, Tony says he has an unopened Max D that he still has. Maybe I should go shopping at his house.
So what's the difference with all the poles? What makes the difference with the poles?
The 6-pole gives you more control on low torque.
Yeah.
Without being censored.
So it's still centered, the 6-pole, correct?
No, mine's not.
It can be
censored.
It can be, but you don't need it.
But have you seen people take 6 poles and run them very fast?
Well, yeah.
Depends on the KV.
If you have the KV to do it, yeah.
I stick to the brushed motors in my crawlers. You know?
The 6-pole would give you very smooth trigger when you go very slow. As soon as you hit it just a little bit and you're trying to go forward very slowly, that's where the 6-pole is going to help you. If you have a 2-pole,
translation, if you wanted to step on the gas and go fast with a faster one,
that one would also do that. But the 6-pole will help you on low torque and low speed compared to cogging. I don't know if you ever noticed some cars when they were brushless and had a brush motor, and you couldn't go slow with it.
Like the Flash.
Yeah, the Slash was perfect example. It's meant to hit the throttle and go. You can't just go slow, or else it's gonna cog. It's gonna go click, 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 and then all of a sudden it goes.
But if you want something to go with slow and speed, you jump up your battery to a 3-cell, gives you the low control, and then that 3-cell gives you the speed.
or you could go higher if it can take higher, like 4 or 6.
If you
I only
really
have
see,
one car motor, and it's a new bright. I just
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really see the point in putting a big expensive brushless system in a crawler. Because they're really designed for slow, smooth movement. You know? But that's just me.
I know you can take brushed motors and you can find out what their KV is through a special system. So what their equivalent KV is.
spot video. There you go, Steve OD. I'm showcasing what you got work done so far.
Oh, I'm grabbing another monster.
That's okay. Your image looks very good right now because you're not in it. So
it looks, he's methodical in building them just like you are, Frank.
Looks like it. But what I don't like is seeing that drill there. Looks like he uses a drill.
Only sometimes. You didn't hear it once, did you? Because I didn't use it once.
I did not hear it, which is good.
Usually people use the drills use the screwdrivers, power screwdrivers, to usually take things out, not really put them back in that often.
If there's something that's a long ass screw like this, I know I got to screw it all the way down. Then I'll use the drill all the way up until the last point, and then I'll tighten it up by hand.
Cool.
Just to save it a little bit.
Is it an impact screwdriver?
It's just a cheap one that you can. That's got a clutch on it.
Yeah, the clutch is going to help you not strip. That's for sure.
I also thought that I know it was about the drill.
If you get the long screws, it'll heat up sometimes.
So you sandwich that servo, which is good.
Have you ever seen people use an impact screwdriver on them?
So is it, Steve-O, is it an actual fiberglass chassis, is it, or?
What's that?
Is it an actual fiberglass chassis or no?
It looks like fiberglass to me, but I don't know. John said that it's some type of plastic that's got
fiber reinforced plastic.
Yeah. So,
but they also have carbon fiber, aluminum, and they had in the past some fiberglass stuff. I had a car that had fiberglass where the battery tray was.
But it's pretty cool so far. It's going together good. You haven't heard me swear or anything that bad.
No, not yet.
That's how you know a bill's going really well.
Right.
Cool. Well, guys, it's 11:50. I'm going to end the stream. We're going to stay and chat a little bit on the after hour party. So we'll start by saying bye to people, and we'll start with Brad.
Bye, everybody. I just wish more of you would get on the video with us.
Sounds good. Sean's RC adventure.
Bye, everybody. Thanks. Pity I couldn't see the chat tonight because I only have my phone and no computer, but I'll make up for tomorrow night.
Not a problem. Thanks for jumping in, even though you're at work. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
We
Thanks
enjoy
for
watching
having
you drive. It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Taylor.
Just like to thank you, Frank, for hosting, and thanking everyone for their comments and joining in.
Cool. Thank you. And last but not least, Steve O.D. from the 313.
See you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, Tank.
No, I won't forget. Don't worry. I'll put it. I got it put on my phone.
Cool.
Cool. Well, thanks guys for jumping in. Sorry, my hair is messy. And it's all back together now. I just have to put it back on the chassis and go for a trail run. Maybe tomorrow that's what I'll do. It would be cool seeing the Winnebago Pass and then the camper, the motorized camper, which is up there, and actually see the boat right after, and maybe the car. So I want to do a little kind of weird car parade. That'd be kind of cool. And maybe the yellow taxi with Steve O.D. calls. I haven't taken that one out on outside yet. So
He's on CBS.
yeah, thanks for coming, you guys. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps on the algorithm. And we'll talk to you later and see you hopefully on tomorrow night's stream. Ciao, guys.